tell you about a man. Was a wizard on the harp. Was a king biscuit man. Named Alec by his mom. Folks called him Rice, but he was Sonny Boy. He was a mystery man in a bowler hat. And when he played his harp, baby, that was that. He played a big marine band, and he sang so smooth. Ah, the Lord surely knows he was filled with the blues. Well, he went up north to Chicago. You know, he traveled the world with that big 12 hole. That's the end of my story about Sonny Boy II. If you like his sound, pick up a 12-hole too. Hey, how y'all doing there? Palmdale Slim here. Gonna do a harmonica show today. So we started out with a little thing, kind of an homage to an old harmonica player no longer with us for many, many years, named Sonny Boy II. I'll tell you a little bit about why he's Sonny Boy II. That was a song called Call Me Sonny Boy, playing it on the, this is a 12-hole marine band harp. Today's show is about harmonica. So if you're here, I'll just do a little, I'm going to play all harmonica, no guitar, no piano or melodic or any of the other instruments I play. Just harp. Harp's my true love. Actually started playing when I was about 18. I'd played piano for about 10 years, but 18 years old, I can't even remember. I have things that are so much older than 18. Well, like this harmonica that I just played. I bought this in 91. It's a marine band harmonica with it has a wood comb, as they call it, with metal reeds. And that is big in comparison to this, which is a diatonic 10-hole. This is in the key of A. I'll be playing that one later. Anyway, that's what we'll be doing today, talking about harmonica. Now, you might hear a lot of guys, I talked in that song specifically about how he played his harp. Well, that's slang. A lot of the guys like me, I generally call it a harp if I'm around people that, no, if I'm not, I call it the harmonica. But it's a harp. In fact, Honer used to sell, and they still do. I don't know if I have it here. I don't. A harmonica called the blues harp, specifically for blues. Anyway, we'll be having some fun today with that. I wrote the lyrics to that many years ago. I don't even know how long, maybe 20 years ago, probably longer. And that's actually the first time I've ever played it with the lyrics. I've been playing that harmonica riff since I bought the harmonica. So that was second nature to me. Second nature to me, too, is also my love for my grandchildren. I have two grandchildren. My first grandchild, unfortunately, passed away at a very young age from SIDS. And if you know any families affected by that, please give them your love because they will never stop needing it. But I wrote a song about my first granddaughter, Rebecca Jane, when she was born back in 2010. And it was the first song I ever wrote, other than the song I just played, which was technically just lyrics that I put to a melody that had been out there for a long time. So this is the first thing I ever wrote. And the reason I'm doing the harmonica show today is because all these early songs, up until last summer when I started playing guitar, all these early songs that I wrote playing the harmonica. I'd find things out and pick them out on the piano to make sure I wasn't doing something crazy. But generally, the harmonica ultimately kind of limited me, and the guitar has opened things up, but these are still some fun old songs, and I've played Rebecca Jane on guitar for, if you've seen any of the other shows here. So this is Rebecca Jane. I love you, girl. Rebecca Jane, Rebecca Jane. You know I love to say your name. I love the way you're gonna walk. I love the way you're gonna talk. My love for you runs so deep. My poor old heart, I guess you'll keep. Rebecca Jane, Rebecca Jane. You know I'll never be the same. All I do is stare at you. I wonder what we're gonna do. We'll ride the swings in the park. We won't get home till after dark. Rebecca Jane, Rebecca Jane. Even then I can't explain. It's something way deep down inside. This love for you I just can't hide. And if you say you'll be mine, I'll love you till the end of time. I love you, Rebecca. Man, thank you, folks. That's Rebecca Jane, and that's, like I said, the first song I ever wrote. I guess that was back in 2010, so it's been a while. I had a 5-year period where I couldn't write anything. Then I took up the guitar last summer, and songs started flowing, and it's been fun to revisit some of the old ones, too, which I'm going to do another one in just a second here. Well, let's talk about the harmonica. If you're interested in learning how to play the harmonica, let's put it this way. The harmonica is one of the oldest instruments that has ever existed, invented by the Chinese, just along with paper and pasta and COVID. And this is, been around. It is the most popular instrument in the world. Certainly a lot of other instruments are portable, but nothing is more portable than this. My son, who's in his mid-30s right now, was talking a while back, and he made the comment, "Dad, you always had a harmonica in your pocket when you were with me." We'd go to the park, and he'd be playing on the swings, and I'd be playing. So that's what it takes, a lot of practice. If you want to learn, a good place to start, you don't know where to go, you can go to my page, my channel, Palmdale Slim, and there is a playlist in there called Harp Lessons, and you will see all kinds of people in there that you can actually subscribe to their channels and learn all kinds of things from people like Ronnie Cellist and Annie Raines. Jason Ricci he's like John Coltrane on the harmonica. The guy's unbelievable. And you'll learn all kinds of things that I couldn't begin to teach anybody because I just sort of learned by ear and listening, and it's not very traditional the way I learned, but you got to go with what God gave you. So that's what I did. Anyway, so there's all kinds of things if you're interested in that. Also, if you're interested in learning how to play some piano, or you just want to brush up on some skills like I'm doing, there's a piano folder and a guitar folder in there. And if you're not subscribing and watching this, I thank you for watching. And please subscribe, because then you'll hear about things and you can come back. And every so often I'm posting new playlists. The latest, I have Wes Montgomery and some songs like 3220 Blues, California Blues, the old song by Jimmy Rogers, the king of country music. So anyway, I'm trying to do a little bit of everything because that's what I love. Next is a song I'm going to play that I wrote, I don't know, about 5 or 6 years ago. It's called Weasel and the Polecats. And the origin of this song, I know it's weird, right? But out of the blue one day, those words came into my head, Weasel and the Polecats. And I'm like, what is that? and it sounded like a riff on the harmonica. Weasel and the Polecats came to me right away as I heard it and walked into the room and grabbed a harmonica, and the rest just kind of flowed. So it is a story. Weasel and the Polecats, I thought, could only be the name of a band. And so the story is about this band that is not rich, but they are passionate about the music they love. And I guess the moral of the story is sometimes that's all that counts. Although it would be nice to have a little change so that you could maybe live. But anyway, that's the song. Weasel and the Polecats. Weasel and the Polecats are as happy as can be, playing and singing for the fans like you and me. Haven't ever figured how to make a lousy dime, but they're always there a Thursday night to make you feel real fine. Living on the lonesome road since damn to 63. Never have a nickel between them Weasel, Six, and Lee. If you want to hear some Dylan Cash or Muddy done real fine, don't hesitate to see them. They'll please you every time. They're at the Mint on Monday, Saturday at the Lazy Fox, Fado on Tuesday, and Wednesday night they jam until they're just about to drop. Weasel said to Six and Lee he wanted to settle down. Nix and Lee shook their heads and walked off with a frown. He came back on a Thursday night, to hell with settling down. They're back to playing every night, a band of real renown. Weasel and the Polecats are as happy as can be, playing and singing for the fans like you and me. Haven't still figured how to make a lousy dime, but they're always there on Thursday night to make you feel real fine. They're at the Mint on Friday, Saturday at the Lazy Fox, Fado on Monday, and Wednesday night they jam until they're just about to drop. Yeah, it's fun making weird noises with the harmonica. That's one of the great things about it, because it sounds like a human voice. And, you know, really all instruments are trying to reproduce what we can do with our own bodies. But there are very few things that come as close as the harmonica. And that's, I guess, one of the things I love about it. Anyway, that was Weasel and the Polecats. Hey, I don't know if anybody out there is a fan of the movie La La Land. It's not that old. I don't know, maybe half a dozen years ago. It was in that mix-up with Moonlight for who won Best Picture, if you recall. Anyway, at the end of that movie, Emma Stone, her character, has a showcase that she does as a one-woman show. And the first time I saw that movie, I freaked out because the place where she has the showcase is literally right next door to Fado, which is in West LA. It's a club, and I had used it in this song. The Mint is also a real club in West LA. The Lazy Fox is probably a club I've been to like in different states, because everybody has a place called the Lazy Fox. But Fado is specifically in that song, and I've just loved that movie for its merits on its own, but I always like my little weird connection. I had a very good friend. She used to play there. She later was on stage with Michael Jackson, playing guitar with very long hair and playing wicked guitar and dancing with Michael on stage all by herself. Becky Barksdale, if you look her up. You'll find her on YouTube here. She's quite amazing. Guitarist, composer, singer, She could use your love right now, too. So that's a little history for me. Oh, okay. We got something fun coming up next. One of the things I like to do is I like to do shows where I do a improvised blues. Because that's a tradition in the blues, is to just make things up as you go along. And I always felt like the measure of a true blues man was what was their ability to do that. I am in no way saying that I'm even a blues man, but I appreciate that, and I enjoy trying to do something like that. And I've done that in a couple of my other shows, which you can find on the channel. But today we're going to do one on, and I like to do them on things that everybody knows about, whether you've been through it, you know somebody who has, or whatever. When I tell you today's topic, it's divorce, right? Now, come on. Who hasn't that affected? I don't think there's anybody around that hasn't, right? So anyway, and we love it. We like to do it with our stars. We like to, who's getting divorced, who's together with. So, it's theater. Anyway, it makes for some good blues, too. So I hope you enjoy this. Now, on this one, you might hear this. That's my stomp box. Let me turn it up a little bit. Yeah, that's good enough. That just gives me a beat. I want to thank Miss Darlene, my wife, for buying me that. She buys me everything, just about. I think my son and his wife bought me this. This is the harmonica I'm going to be using today. It's actually, a lot of them I play are honers. If you're interested in buying a harmonica, I would suggest getting a honer. A lot of reasons. They're just the best. Let's put it that way. This is called a Pro Harp, which is a model that Honer has that I have never played before. And it's in the key of G. Oh, I love this harmonica. Now, when I say it's in the key of G, it's tuned to the key of G if you play it in a certain way. If you play all draw notes, all of a sudden you're playing in the key of D. So there's a little more theory behind this than people realize, too. I'm going to be playing in what we call second position, which is basically up an interval of a fourth from the root key. So the root key I'll be in here is in D, and I'll be playing my G harp. D-I-V O-R-C-E. That's what I got. I got the divorce blues. Have you ever lost a bet? That's what it is when you get divorced. You were betting you'd stay married, so you didn't sign a prenup. I bet you wish now that you rethought that. My divorce drove me crazy. I wondered who was that nut. I didn't know what to do. And there really ain't nothing that you can do. Except don't do it again. Are you one of those? You might like divorce more than you like marriage. D-I-V O-R-C-E. It's causing a mess all over the world. Family by family. It even affects the pets. We're gonna walk the dog now. I didn't even like the dog. I don't like him no more either. D-I-V O-R-C-E. A lot of people call that first marriage a starter marriage. Maybe that's true. I know a lot of people that are stuck at two. So if you're in your first marriage, and you ain't happy, well, you should know there could be two. You might go through the divorce blues, but maybe later you'll say it was worth it. Or maybe not, 'cause that's the way it is when you got the divorce blues. I was wondering how long I could hold that. I'm going to pass out. No, I'm just kidding. All right, that was really fun. I hope you liked it. And, you know, I really, obviously, I enjoyed the heck out of it. And so I thank you all for listening to me today. I'm going to do one more on the way out here. I'll tell you about it in a little bit and who it was all about. That first song I did, you remember I said he was Sonny Boy II. That's because there was another guy. His name was John Lee Williamson. He was out of Tennessee. And he was one of the first very famous harmonica players who actually didn't just play as a novelty instrument, but used it as a lead instrument. He sang, he wrote songs. He was an artist. He was brutally murdered in Chicago in, I think, 1948. He was very young. Harmonica strewn all over the street, and he was stabbed to death. But he was very, very popular. Well, the gentleman that I was singing about, Alec Rice Miller, after the death of the first Sonny Boy, he started calling himself Sonny Boy Williamson. And he started saying he was the original Sonny Boy. There's a little controversy over that, but everyone kind of understood what was going on. And certainly Alec Rice Miller, Sonny Boy II, Williamson, whatever the heck he called himself, was one of the preeminent bluesmen ever. Search for him on YouTube. There's some stuff where he puts the harmonica like that in his mouth, and somehow he plays it. I don't really know how he does it, because I can't do it. But he did it, and he was an amazing, amazing artist, and that's why I started the show with him. One of my other huge influences was a gentleman named Big Walter Horton, a Chicago blues man, also from the Memphis area, went north, played with everybody, Muddy and Wolf, and you know the whole gang. But his style of playing was kind of minimalist, but also at the same time very musical, and he had some advantages that I don't have. He had very, very big hands and long fingers, so he could do all kinds of weird sounds using his hands too. I try to do the best I can. But he recorded a song called Easy, and it was an instrumental. And it's kind of if you're a harmonica player, it's kind of a study in how to take a melody and to vary it by using different dynamics, breath control, vibrato, all the things that you can bring to bear, you can use in this song. And so I've been playing it for a very long time. I first learned it back in, I think, 91. It's called Easy by Big Walter Horton. I thank you all for listening. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, haven't done that yet, you know how to do that. You're a big person. Let's do it.